Thank you.
Coming here with the players deciding what stakes they want to play.
Talk to you.
Watching the Party Poker Live high stakes cash game tonight from King's Casino. I'm Brian Paris here with James Dempsey.
Good to see you, Brian. This looks like it'll be a rather tasty game. Playing much bigger than we were playing the other night.
Yeah, the games have been very good already, and this is going to be unprecedentedly high stakes, although the 50-100 game the other night had enough straddles to play like a 2-4 game. And we are playing Hold'em again tonight, it looks like.
And our old favorite, the Wolf's back.
The Wolf is back. We have a little bit different lineup tonight. We have Max Altergott. But we still have Leon, Rob, and the Wolf, who were playing the majority of the pots the other night. They're kicking things off here with
Put it here? Here's better.
3 not so amazing hands.
Interestingly, seeing a lot deeper tonight, starting with 50K and 100K.
Number 2, and you're 3.
Yeah, I'm 3.
You want to come here?
Yeah, because
Or maybe we tell him it's better you're there and I'm here. There's more space, no?
Okay. So it's me, yeah?
Leon in front here with the middle pair and backdoor flush draw.
So interesting, a new player to this game, certainly this week. Paul Newey saying he's come straight over from Macau, playing high stakes tournaments and high stakes cash.
A regular on the high stakes scene.
And as he said, he's obviously familiar with everyone in this game other than the Wolf. It'll be interesting to see what he makes of him.
The Wolf was up big the other night, bought him for 15 and cashed out with something like 280. See if he can repeat that success here tonight.
Who's sitting there?
Just put 400 in. Can we call Tarkan?
Yeah. Wait, maybe there's nobody there.
He can't really put the blind in when he hasn't played a hand yet, can he?
No, I must. Yeah.
And the players trying to, they don't even know who they've got in the fifth seat.
Yeah, keep going. You can do that.
They've been setting the lineup for this game. Trying to get a group of guys together who are able to play for these stakes.
Yeah, that's why we're starting a little bit later tonight than we have done the last few nights. It's not easy rounding these guys up.
Over to the Wolf, who's going to raise for 6x with the ace-6 offsuit. Rob's in there with ace-3 offsuit. As you can see, the player's not terribly concerned with tight opening ranges in this game. Over to Vladimir in the big blind with queen-4 suited. Wolf makes the fold. Wolf and Rob heads up to the flop, both with pretty weak aces here. The Wolf pairs his 6.
Take some beating from them.
The Wolf going to lead out for a bet. Rob with nothing but ace high here.
Interesting to see if Rob wants to start messing around this early. Looks like he is. He's not content to fold this one.
Rob not folding.
Definitely has designs on this pot.
4 of clubs on the turn.
Wow, it's a great card for him to bluff, and he's picked up a straight draw.
If you're going to float the flop with ace-3 here, it seems like this is your turn to start bluffing. Rob indeed reaching for chips. The Wolf not going anywhere though with his ace-6.
Wow.
He raises. And we have a pretty big pot here right off the bat. The Wolf turning his pair into a bluff. He actually has the best hand.
There's nothing Rob can do here. He's going to swallow this one. Probably wants to make out he's making some sort of decision. Doesn't want the Wolf to know he's bluffing him already.
Can you tell him on which...
Maybe Rob doesn't believe him. Rob is not
here?
acted as though he's going to fold yet, and there he does.
If he doesn't play, then get
Wolf.
somebody else, doesn't matter, but he needs
Turning
to know where it's on the
second pair into a
internet,
bluff
the
there.
Yeah, you already sent the link. Okay.
And as you can see, we are going to have a lively game here tonight, folks, at King's Casino in Rosvedov. The casino is packed tonight. There's a lot of buzz. It's Party Poker high stakes cash game.
There was a lot of talk of the Colossus tournament, €500 buy and 2 million guaranteed. Last time we were on air, we were talking how far short it was of the guarantee. It looks like they may be hitting it this evening. There's over 1,000 players in the morning flight and over 1,000 already this evening. I'm not sure exactly what number they're after. If they don't hit it, they're going to get pretty close, which is very impressive considering how far behind they were just 2 days ago.
Yeah, I've noticed the casino the last couple of days has just been absolutely packed.
Yeah, it's tough to actually move in here in the casino area at the moment. Every poker room in the poker table in the tournament area, a bit just to the left of the picture as you look now, is in use for the Colossus.
Yeah, I got a picture of it. There's usually been a few empty tables. This is such a big room, but today we are at max capacity here at the King's Casino in Rosvedov. As the Wolf with a pair of 7s. He's coming in for a raise. Looks like 6x is going to be the open size.
Yeah, that's actually a bit tamer than the other day.
Yeah, the other day was 10x, 20x, 30x. Rob going to call with ace-jack. Over to Leon on the button with the queen 10.
Call.
Interesting, no straddles just yet. This guy's just warming up.
We are just getting started here.
1 second.
At the end of the night, this game could be playing quite large indeed. It's Paul Newey with 100K in front of him and ace-9 in the big blind. He will make the fold. Disciplined laydown. So we go 3 ways to the flop here. Leon pairs his 10.
It's a Leon flop with a Wolf. Will feel it's a good flop for himself.
The Wolf with a pair. Over to Rob with ace-jack.
Rob as well, quite conceivably thinking he has the best hand on this kind of flop.
Leon has been known to bet with a lot of different hands. He leads out for 5,000 here.
Sure enough, Wolf check calling.
Heads up to the turn we go. The Wolf will need to hit a 7 to have the best hand here. Turn is a king, no hope for either player.
Leon will continue. The king shouldn't really deter him from betting. Not many hands the Wolf has with a king in it. And of course he can check back if he does get called on the river.
And we'll see if the Wolf believes Leon here. Looks like he is not going anywhere yet. We go to the river. 3 on the river. Leon still has the best hand.
Interesting here, Leon can work out. The Wolf has almost exactly the kind of hand he has, 7s, 8s, or 9s. Maybe we'll go for some value here, and if so, how much?
He does not. Leon is going to show the 10 and win the spot. Casual €34,000 pot here.
You know, it's probably thought there's not many hands the Wolf has that will call the river.
Yeah, he could be chopping. It's pretty hard for the Wolves to have too many worse hands. He may have called the river, he may not have. You never know with the Wolf. But either way, Leon will take a big one there to start off tonight's game.
I'll just...
We are live from the King's Casino in Rosvedov for tonight's Party Poker High Stakes Cash game. Playing 200, 400 no limit for now.
Hands.
Suspect you'll see that go up at some point.
And sure enough, there's the first straddle, 800.
Ask him if he doesn't want to play. Maybe there's some others want to play.
Leon trying to get the seat filled. So when the two of us aren't quite sure who that player is.
Could be Phil Hellmuth. He was in the game the other day. Over to Vladimir with the queen 10 suited. He's just going to call on the button. Call in the small blind with a pair of 3s.
I imagine he'll be just flat calling as well. Wolf with a good hand, King Jack suited, raises it up.
The Wolf makes it 4,400 with the King Jack suited. Now Vladimir, a newcomer to the game, is going to have to get used to how loose this game plays.
Yeah, the first time I've seen Vladimir play him. I'm guessing he's familiar with the other players and they've probably played a bunch before, but certainly new to me. Interesting to see how he plays and how he fits in this dynamic.
Well, we are going 3 ways to the flop. The Wolf with the best of it, Vladimir with decent equity though. Rob defends his straddle.
Thank you. I'll add that to my stack.
Interesting, Paul already rebuying for another 100k.
In the flop, 5-7-6. Rob flops a gut shot. The Wolf with a backdoor flush draw. Vladimir also with a backdoor flush draw.
The Wolf keeping up the aggression with a bet of just under half the pot.
6,000 into 14,000 from the Wolf here. Rob with a gut shot.
It looks to me like Rob really wants to toss it with the Wolf today. Floated in the previous hand, bluff. This hand doesn't look like he wants to give this one up. Maybe a little grudge forming.
Yeah, the Wolf took this game for a lot of money the other night. Rob may be looking to get some of that money back.
I know these guys have been playing a lot since that game as well. Just because the stream's been offline doesn't mean they haven't been playing. I'm not sure who's been winning or losing. But it's been a near continuous game.
Vladimir will fold with the Queen 10 suited. Who heads up to the turn. It's a 4, no help for either player.
Another great bluff card for Rob. See, it's hard for the Wolf to have many 8s when he's raised up after all the straddles.
And the Wolf is certainly acting like he has an 8 once he bets out for another 10k here.
It's interesting if Rob pieces this together. He must know there can't be many, short of pocket 8s, can't be many hands that the Wolf would have raised out of the big blind. A multi-way pot. But he's made it tough betting 10k. Yeah, he's done it. Rob's pieced it together. It's a great bluff.
The Wolf is actually ahead here with King High. Rob with Jack High.
And there's no way the Wolf can call here. Fantastic move from Rob. Definitely a player who's capable of piecing together all the information and then acting on making moves on the information he figures out. Very courageous player. Wolf's Hollywooding here.
Very courageous move indeed from Rob here.
But it makes sense with the pre-flop play. How many combinations of hands with an 8 and does the Wolf raise with from out of the blinds? Rob knows there's only one. If he has 8, so be it.
Rob got away with one there. Very nice move from Rob.
He's tempted to show it.
They'll see it in 30 minutes, assuming they're watching, of course. Rob with a big one.
Not so much table talk so far from these guys.
Okay, let's have a tea.
A lot of table talk the other night. So you can see the lineup here. Vladimir Troyanovsky, Max Altergott,
Yeah, I know what's going on here. Max.
and Peter Pan.
Some of these seem to live off them.
Peter under the gun here with the Jack 9 suited.
Yeah, 15.
You raised?
Interesting, Peter starting with the shortest
Sorry.
stack tonight with just 40k.
I'm sorry.
40k a short stack in this
Sorry.
game.
Are you allowed to raise?
100 big ones.
Here we
Now
go.
this is a raise.
Paul finds a real hand on the button.
Ace King for Paul. And the Wolf with the 7-3 of clubs. We're to Rob with 9-7 suited in the big one.
Sure, he'd love to see a flop, but I don't think they're calling the situation.
Heads up to a flop we go. Paul knew he's slightly in the lead here with Ace King. Top pair, a gut shot and a backdoor flush draw.
Yeah, this is a great flop for Paul, but one of the flops Peter might elect to continue on. Certainly there's no reason to give Paul credit for having a king just because he's 3-bet the button. You got a gut shot and for the nuts and the backdoor flush draws. It's a pretty good spot to potentially float. Depends
Paul-
on how well he knows Paul's game, I guess.
Paul bets 6,500 on the flop here.
There's the
Looks
check
like
raise.
He has raised to 15,500. Paul Newey, though, with a very good nice hand here. Top pair, top kicker.
Yeah, it's just a question for him whether he flat calls here and lets Peter move along the turn, or whether he wants to move all himself now. There's no way he can really fold this hand, even if he thinks he might be beat. There's just too many hands he does beat.
If you need to take my bet,
Sure, if he could see Peter's hand, he
You
would
have
just flat call.
1.5k behind.
Yes.
Paul Newey in the tank here.
Yeah, I mean, Peter's raised under the gun, so realistically, the only hand he has better than Paul here would be 7s, 8s, or 7-8. He's thinking Peter can raise with all the draws like he has done with 9-Jack, but 9-10, 5-6.
Peter does have 24% equity here, so he is far from dead. But Paul's still a big favorite.
Sure enough, Paul will just call and allow Peter to continue.
He turns an 8.
And that's actually a really good card for Paul because, again, it blocks the hands that Peter could have, 8-7 and pocket 8s, now way less likely. Not that he was ever going to fold on any turn.
And with only 20k behind into a pot of 40k now, Peter may give up on the bluff here.
That's pretty wise to give up at this point, I think. Once Paul's called that bit extra on the flop, he must know that he's not going to fold the turn.
Paul does indeed put the rest in on the turn. And Peter will fold.
I like your style, Rafi.
I almost had something. I was this close.
Trying to get away with one there.
I like your style. Ask the question. You asked the question.
The wrong guy.
Wrong guy. He only raised with ace or king in his hand. Bad flop, too.
The other player is letting Peter
Ace
know
king,
that
Paul?
Paul is a tighter player here.
And Rob's got it. Rob got it in one. Ace King.
It's a candidate, isn't it?
I don't know. The DTD guy said you loosen up a bit nowadays.
Who said?
Some of the guys at DTD said you loosen up.
Yeah, that's why I lost.
Paul folds the cutoff with the queen 8 suited.
That's why they beat me up.
Indeed, a good deal tighter than most of the players at this table.
And then Wolf raising up with ace full suited on the button. Interesting, Leon's straddle with
Jamie can
exactly
beat
the same
anybody
hand.
up.
Sorry?
Leon
Jamie
has
can
the
beat
offsuit
anybody
version
up
now.
when he hits. Ain't 9, yeah? 9, 10.
And heads up to the flop we go. The Wolf on the backdoor flush draw, Leon with just ace high.
6-9.
Good shot.
Should happen.
So the Wolf's getting a little gun shy here.
Looks like both players have turned top pair.
I would
He
always
would
go
have
all in
been
on
bluffing
the
that hand earlier. Bluffing that flop earlier for sure. Already having lost a couple of pots.
I would just go all in on the river and pray.
Now Leon knows that the Wolf is always going to bet this turn.
Pray
He's
got
check back
lucky
the flop.
folds, King Queen or something. No.
So Leon thinks he's trapping. The Wolf thinks he's got the best hand.
And they're both sort of right.
And they both are right.
You showed hard.
Those cards up there cannot be wrong,
There
can they?
calls and the Wolf with
Drop
just
into those
16,000
cards
back,
using those
21,000 in the
Yeah,
pot.
those are the cards.
Cannot be wrong, can they?
No.
Just double check it. Hi, Max. Seen you for ages.
Yeah, guys. Max.
Yeah. All right. Just started like
Yeah,
about
on the
15
river
minutes
here.
ago, yeah. About
Like he
15,
may
20
lead.
minutes ago, yeah. The whole game.
Really, with just
Nobody.
a bluff catcher, he decided to lead. Call with the same hand.
Ay, 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 ay.
The Wolf with a bit of a slow roll there.
threw his cards to Leon, squeezed out the chop.
Ay, 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 ay.
He's been playing a lot of high-stakes poker here the last few days.
I put 25,000 more.
Here at the largest poker room in Europe, King's Casino in Rosvedov. And some 200, 400 no limit tonight. This game presented by Party Poker Live.
What's his name, Leon? What's his name?
Max Altengott.
Oh, they're waiting for Max Altergott. I believe that is him.
Yeah, I hope so. Otherwise, he's got his chips.
Rob, you know Rob?
Yeah. I've seen you now really active. You know, I met you the first time like 1 year ago, and since then I've seen you in every high stakes game.
Yeah, I've been traveling with work, so.
Yeah. So you happen to be with the high stakes game, so yeah.
So again,
Only because I'm there.
Max
not
already
because
rebuying before
I'm
playing
not
a
going
hand.
to play.
I see.
I already put it.
This is a good game to have as much money on the table as possible, assuming you can afford to lose it.
Yeah.
They're playing for very high stakes here.
I already put it in.
What do you think, Brian? We pull that
Is
money
Pedro
in,
here yet?
see if they let us play a
Yeah,
hand.
we should try to get in there.
Said he's on his-
Take
said
the
he's on his
Brandon
way.
Cantu strategy of just wait for Queen's Plus and
Philip
go all
on
in
his
over a
way.
raise.
Philip Wilson.
I'm not sure we could afford to wait for the third bullet to win a pot, though. So Max straight in there with the 800 straddle.
We're seeing the Wolf calling the cutoff with the 3 deuce.
Now, this is the Wolf we know and love.
This is
the
the
Wolf
Wolf
we
right
saw
here.
the other day. This is more like it.
He has come to play.
And Leon with aces.
Oh,
Wow,
boy.
what a perfect spot. Ray's been called in a couple of spots. And Leon gets the squeeze with the aces.
Unfortunately for Leon, nobody has much. Paul surely will fold.
I don't think Rob will be going anywhere. The 5 deuce suited his favorite from the other night.
You've stopped playing online?
Long time ago.
You still online? No? That's it?
He's only made it 7,000,
You want action?
2,200 bet.
No.
You choose.
I don't ask you. Don't do it.
You choose.
You
Max.
play your hand.
I don't play
Okay.
much these days.
No?
If you don't say,
Because I just remember
I assume
from
you
the
want
past,
action.
I used to play
Rob
so
asking Leon if he
much.
wants to call.
There used to be a lot
This
of
is one of Rob's favorites. Every time I play with him, he gives me the old, do you want action, do you want action?
And Leon has flopped top set.
And we'll check it.
Leon got the action he desired.
And I was going to say, we need to see a low club there to make things interesting, but that will be the end of this pot.
That is not going to do it.
what a flop.
What a flop. What a flop.
To think all the hands we saw the other night, no one wants got the aces.
Unless you had 3-4, you're winning.
Straight
Leon,
away.
of course, jammed 100K on Rob the other night with 7 deuce.
Yeah. A little better hand tonight.
Slightly better.
niks. In de tanken.
Rob, of course, with the 5 2 clubs, called a in the other night against Phil Helmuth early in the game.
Trying to bust him.
The small one. Okay.
Can we play it? Sorry, can we just play?
Leon a bit impatient.
Well, he owns the place. He can ask for what he wants.
Sorry?
How's it been going?
Good, thanks.
I've seen the attempt this year to have a really good Macau visit didn't work out.
You were gonna do it?
Paul Newey
Yeah, I just come
raising
from
with
Macau
the King Jack.
Today. Arrived today.
Oh, you stayed
Interesting
longer
to
then.
see some
Wrong card?
more standard
we
raising
stayed till the
pre-flop
end
in
of
this
the
game the other
series
night.
for the A cup.
Yeah, Paul with a normal size 3x open. Paul, a fairly serious player.
12, then the ferry from Macau. So it took about 20 hours all in all.
Wait. What is that?
11.
Peter with 9s here.
Just flattening
I
the
thought it
button.
was straddle that. I don't know how you make it 1-1.
No, it would never be a straddle if Paul.
No, Lufthansa, we travelled to Munich.
Trust me.
I trust you.
Looks like Peter has added on a bit to his stack since losing that early pot.
Peter with 9s here actually has the best hand. He does bet it.
You didn't go to Macau, did you? You weren't there? No.
Rob with a check raise, by the looks of it.
Rob is check raising with the gut shot.
Gut
He
shot.
does, he just didn't
I
get
was
to
just about to say
Makar.
Peter made a nice read here to realize that he had the best hand, but it turns out he's probably not going to win it anyway.
Where are
He
you
does
living
fold
now,
the best
Matt?
hand here.
You're still in
New way
London?
to play.
No, that's the old way.
No, I need to learn something.
What's that?
I need to learn.
What?
Yeah.
Folding?
No, I need to learn something. New way to play. First raise, then
Wow.
fold. You know,
Leon not folding his bottom pair.
something new for me.
You don't?
Check.
Spade gives Rob a flush draw.
Да, да, просто ну, что, по-английски так.
Спросил меня, больше не поедешь ли я?
Не, только, не, спрашиваю вас, ты больше ну как не...
River's a
And
5.
he's hit a 5 to win it. Interesting to see if either
Rob
player
is
decides to
ahead on
bluff
the
this
river.
card.
Ну как?
One of them should bluff this card.
Перелеты.
Leon's going to bet. And now Rob with just a pair.
Это целая фраза.
Will fold. Leon has taken this hand down.
What a
Не
card.
больше поедешь.
You write anything?
Ты больше не едешь.
Interesting,
Да.
neither, no interest in showing
else
bluffs
can he
just
have?
yet.
What else can you have?
Do you have an ace? He has
No, I
flush
know.
draw.
I had no ace. I'm not going anywhere with an ace. Don't worry about that.
Flush, Leo. I had 2 cards for flash.
Rob doesn't look like he believes him.
I mean, it looked like Leon had a flush there. He called
Yeah,
a
the
bet on
way
the
he
flop.
played the hand, it did look like he had a flush.
Called a check raise. It's the hand that makes most
Instant
sense.
service, yeah? Instant.
Rob raising to 1100. It looks like we are back to the smaller
Automatic.
raise size now.
Automatic. Automatic. Kill my 2 pair.
3 pairs.
Rob ahead here with the ace jack against the king 3 of Troyanovsky. Flop is 7-4-4.
I don't know. Winning or winning?
Winning.
Yeah.
I think he's probably winning Rob if he folds.
Bad hand, but winning, yeah?
I have something here. King 3,
King
no
3.
diamonds.
Vladimir Troyanovsky, a high stakes Russian player, has joined us tonight. Actually put them on stars quite a bit myself.
Would you please bring the cards here? Thank you.
Instant service.
You didn't like
Rob's
when
getting
I
a bit warmed
folded?
up.
I just
Wolf
don't understand why
straddling
you bet
this time with the
2,000. Why you
9-7
wasting
suited.
2,000 if you have nothing? You know, what
Interesting, the
kind of
straddles
what do you
didn't get
think?
around.
Everybody's have nothing. People are waiting for your 2,000. I was waiting. There's people waiting for your 2,000.
What did you have?
Vladimir finding
I
a real
raised.
hand
What do you think I
in the
have?
blinds.
Nothing?
After Rob's raised up the straddles.
How can I have nothing?
You're a champion.
sure we'll
I don't
see a
know. I've
3-bet
seen you do
here.
stuff. You're a tricky player.
Leon and Rob giving
I
Peter
had a
the
pair.
business on his bet fold with the 9s the other
Leon
hand.
just
I
call
said for sure we'll
blind,
see a 3-bet, and
position,
Vladimir
2
decided to call
spades,
from the small.
Easy.
Just a call from Vladimir.
Interesting, lets the Wolf get in
When I
there with
come
his
back into
9-7
the life,
suited.
I want to
Let's
be
the
Leon.
Wolf stay in. So Vladimir Troyanovsky is out in front here with the queens.
Much different.
Failed to keep the Wolf from the door.
5-7
And he sneaks.
No, actually, I cannot fold it.
Oh, the
Wow.
Wolf.
And it's going to create a very big pot, I think. Phil. Wolf flopping double, well, an open ender and a flush draw. Rob with a gut shot and Vladimir still with his overpair. And the Wolf has decided to lead. We saw him do that a lot the other night with all his hands, leading out. Whether
We're
he
going to
had
see.
good hands or draws. So he's continuing that strategy. I think it works well in a game like this where people are playing a much wider range of hands. And Rob going nowhere with his ace high and gut shot. Probably Vladimir here will
Now
put a
Vladimir.
raise in.
Maybe he'll make like Brandon Cantu the other day and fold. He does not.
No, he's just calling. Interesting. He's going to allow Rob to come in as well. Three-way. And be elected to see a safe card first, and that is not a safe card. Gives Wolf the pot unless he folds.
Well, Troyanovsky saving himself there. Not sure if he can get away now in a 3-handed pot with no flush redraw of his own. Although against these two players, maybe
It's only
not.
16k into a. It's already a big pot. If you saw the Wolf play the other night, I think
It would be a very
I think
difficult fold if he'd seen the Wolf
Yeah,
play the other
fold, yeah,
night.
He
that's
has to
for
call
sure.
here. He won't like it when he sees it. He's drawing dead. Could
He
have
does
been avoided.
indeed make the call, and he is indeed drawing dead.
Could have been avoided
I
if
think
he'd
so.
3-bet pre-flop.
What trouble are you talking about?
Zmanil.
Got to watch out for the
What kind of
wolf.
trouble are we talking about?
As Troyanovsky will take a big hit to start the game here.
How do you raise with 7-9? Yeah. Flopped on the 4-5.
Wow.
The wolf running hot on this trip.
It's like being God, isn't it? You raise 5.
Yeah, really surprised that Vladimir didn't 3-bet there. He only started the hand with 50 big blinds effective with the straddles on. Sorry.
And he wanted to let the wolf in there, and he got what he wanted, but unfortunately he got a little bit more than he bargained for. As the wolf takes a big one on Troyanovsky there.
Good first round.
You can hear Rob commenting about on how well the wolf has run this trip. As Rob comes in for the straddle.
I hate to see those hands lose like pocket queens.
And Troyanovsky a bit annoyed now. He's only going to get so many hands in this game, and he has already lost with a big hand to start off.
And the wolf limping on Rob's straddle. I think that's going to work too often.
Come on, the
Rob
wolf.
seems to have definitely earmarked the wolf as
Come
his
on.
target tonight.
Come on!
So we're floating
Wolf
there
never
with just a
folded
gut
to
shot.
me. Wolf never fold to me ever.
Rob got the same hand again, ace 8 offsuit.
And the wolf is in there with the Jack 4 suited. He is going to be ahead on this flop.
Oh, and not just that, we'll get action. Rob's middle pair with the backdoor nut flush draw. Imagine the wolf will check this one.
He might lead. We have seen him lead.
Continuing as he leads. In fact, leads for more than pot. 10,000 into 8. Wow, Rob's really going after the wolf.
Rob just immediately jams, and the wolf not going anywhere with top pair.
The wolf's really getting to Rob, it seems. Rob could definitely have just called that flop and played a lot of turns.
The wolf verifying that Rob just has the pair.
He's mocking, I think it was Cantu from the other night. I mean, Cantu sort of reached over and saw the wolf flop the flush draw with his king-queen against Cantu's ace-king. Seemed to be his go-to move for the rest of the night. Stand up and stare right over the top of the flop. So the wolf off to an absolute flyer again. Crazy how that pot got so big so quickly.
Very big pot there for top pair versus middle pair.
It was 8,000 euros in the pot on the flop.
Like bet and shove 50 on the flop.
Yeah, it looks like it was 54 by the time the dealer's counting down. So.
Rob has seen the wolf lead out with a lot of different draws, so he figured that he was in good enough shape.
I can't beat Jack 4.
Not yet.
120k pot.
I can't beat Jack 4.
Top pair against top pair, poker kicker against second pair.
It's suited.
It's good.
Rob a bit bewildered after that last one.
Very good.
I think, yeah, very frustrated. The wolf got the best of him the other day. It certainly looks like Rob's setting out to go after the wolf.
Insta call as well.
So we can see some very big pots between these two. Now the wolf sat with over 100k.
And these other players who are new to the game are realizing what they've got themselves into here.
So this is
This is a very big game.
Insta call.
50,000 euros each going in with Jack 4 and Ace 8 on Jack 8-7. That's the kind of game this is.
Right.
Peter with 5s in the straddle.
Little Leon with the re-straddle. Nope.
Nope, Leon's just calling.
Interesting, these guys are starting off a bit tamer today.
Vladimir in there with the 8-7 or the 9-7 suited.
Here we have the rail. Quite a few people watching this game today.
This is a big one. This is not the type of game you get every day, although we have been getting it every day here at King's Casino. The wolf is in there in the small blind. And we're going to go 4 ways to a flop here.
And the wolf will pop a flush draw. Leon flops top 2. Vladimir flops bottom pair. And Peter finds himself out of this hand, I'd imagine.
Leon is going to bet. The wolf with the flush draw, not going anywhere. And heads up to the turn. These two have played their share of big pots.
Leon has the key card we really want to see there, the jack of clubs, to give a house and a flush. I think we always want blood on the stream, don't we?
Oh yeah, of course. And the wolf decides to start leading on the turn. We'll see if he decides to bluff the river here.
Semi-scary card there for
Well, there's an
Leon.
ace. That might be a good enough card for the wolf to bluff. We'll see. Looks
Nice,
like
and
he's
give it a
reaching
go.
for chips. Is Leon going to fold?
It's bet 15 into 17. Sizable bet.
Leon's eyes pop a little bit there, seeing that bet.
I think it's a terrible run out for Leon.
Leon is not a man who likes to fold.
It makes the good call.
He does call. The wolf with a busted flush draw.
Such a good flop for Leon's hand. Queen Jack, and Queen Jack 7, and then the board couldn't got any nasty for him, really. That's a clubber come as well. It makes a good call.
Nice call there by Leon. Somebody finally gets the best of the wolf here at this table.
I don't understand this. Why you bet with nothing?
No.
This is what makes the
Why you
ball so
don't tell
tough.
me?
He's betting his
Like
hands,
you.
he's betting his
I didn't
draws.
bet 2,000 and
He
then
leads a lot.
Easy go. Yeah.
Hey, there are big wolves and there are small wolves. I'm small wolf.
There's only one wolf, I'm afraid, Peter.
Small and happy. That's important.
Yeah.
And Maxwell raises up Leon's straddle with ace 10.
The wolf is going to call the queen 4 suited. Over to Leon in the straddle with queen 5. He is going to fold this one. Heads up to the flop. Max is out in front with ace 10 high.
Is that?
The wolf will check back. Turn is a deuce. And Max is ahead with ace high here. Will the wolf bluff at this hand? He does not. Ace high is going to be good.
So I just noticed, having a look at our Twitch chat room, you can see John Duffy is watching the stream today.
Oh, nice.
He'd be buzzing to get in a game like this. He'd really liven it up. So hello to everyone on Twitch.
Okay, sir.
Also to be able to reach a wide audience with this sort of game.
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, this is the best stuff to watch. Nothing better than watching super high stakes live cash games. People playing very loose.
Yeah, with a loose game at the high stakes, it's really kind of brings back the golden age of poker. And this game is as good as anything from back then.
Certainly for me, my favorite show was always high stakes poker.
Yeah.
Seeing the big names go at it, play huge pots.
A lot of classic moments on that show. Got a lot of people interested in the game. We're having our own version of it here at King's Casino in Rosbadov.
Yeah, this is definitely no small in those games. Interesting, 3 players with an ace here. The wolf hits his 3, takes the lead with the backdoor spades. Hard for Leon on Max to call.
Leon and Max both fold. The wolf wins that pot.
Well, you have a set or what?
Yeah, I have set of 3. Pocket 3 I have.
The wolf never stops
Ace
bluffing
3.
even when he wins the pot.
Ace 3. No pocket 3. Ace 3.
Leon correctly calling him out for ace 3.
Pocket 3 I have.
Yeah, pocket 3, yeah.
Leon called the wolf's bluff on the river, and he's calling his bluff again now that the hand is over. So fold over to Peter with ace 7 on the button. Max in the big blind.
Okay, we see the first pot without the wolf, Leon, or Robin.
This should be a more standard played pot, I suspect, between these two players. Max has not flopped much. Peter
flops
with the backdoor nut flush draw.
Yeah, the backdoor nut flush draw. I'm surprised.
Check on the flop. King pairs on the turn. Max will continue to check. These two not really looking to inflate the pot against each other. Max, see if he decides to bluff now.
I mean, obviously Peter recognises that Max isn't as loose as the other guys calling out the blind. King Jack and the flop hits his range a lot more than it would most players, so wise maybe to check back the ace high, especially when he has backdoor spades.
Max does bluff the river.
Very
Only
small.
800.
It's an 800 bet. It's one of those bluffs that look so small.
Yeah, he's trying to make it look like he hit a
Value
9.
bet bluff, yeah. Trying to
Mr.
make
Altengot.
Nice bet there.
Peter follow exactly the kind of hand he had.
appearance.
Yeah. That's a
Very
play.
rare appearance. Where did you play poker last time?
Live?
Yeah, live. When? A year?
I think it must have been longer.
Longer.
And
Yeah, he doesn't play anymore.
but I played a lot online.
Max Alter got a regular on the high stakes tournament scene. The Wolf with Jack 10 coming in for the 2400 raise. And Peter is in there with the 6-4 suited.
Leon with the same hand but no suits. Also cool on the button.
The Wolf playing very loose ranges. You're seeing these other players open up their ranges to try and get a piece of the Wolf.
Online.
So see
A
Troy Noski.
couple of times I
Yeah,
played
pocket
with
fives.
these guys.
How about a 5-3-7 flop?
That's, to create some action for those guys. Not really an online player.
And the Wolf takes the lead. Top pair. Vladimir the only player with a spade.
Actually, I did like it. I just
Imagine the Wolf will bet this one and take it down. Hard for Vladimir to call with just the 5-5 flush draw. Especially when the Wolf's bet 4-way.
Yeah, a pretty big bet too, 7,000 from the Wolf. And Troy Noski will indeed make the fold. The Wolf.
oh, we make the nice shows with these online on Party Poker.
Well, since then they also raised the whole party poker games in general, right? The limits, because the limits were before 10, 20 max.
Yeah. See Max and Leon talking there about the high stakes cash game that is started to take off on Party Poker.
The regular?
I think it's a sort of tricket run invitational game.
Ah, okay.
These
Yeah.
guys get together and play
These guys play a private
stakes similar to this online.
And Leon,
You know,
they played 100, 200.
last time they ran, I think it didn't take long before there was $1 million on the table.
Wow. Yeah, Party Poker hosting this cash game. Party Poker's been making a lot of
That's how it should be.
additions to their tournament schedule lately. A lot of good changes over there. Good rake back structure. If you guys haven't
long as you
checked
win
out
a
Party
spin here
Poker
and there.
lately, make sure you give them a
When you
look.
don't,
They are
it's
doing big things in the poker industry.
Problematic.
Depends on which side you're on, right?
Currently have the Monster Series going on. I was playing one of their tournaments just before we start the stream. In fact, it busted out just before we start the stream, unfortunately for me. But plenty of overlay in all the tournaments at the moment. Worth having a look. Very good structures as well, very long. There's a
Oh yeah, Party with the great structures these days.
okay, interesting here. Paul with
Leon
the,
has a flush draw.
Paul with two pair with the sixes, but Leon has got a flush draw.
And Vladimir has bottom pair.
Easy to see them up there.
It's easier for you, huh?
Yeah, for me it's easy. Check, check.
It's me?
We're going to get checked around on the flop. The turn is a 7. It does give Leon the best hand and the best draw. Vladimir picks up a flush draw of his own, though.
Yeah, so both players with a pair and a flush draw.
Vladimir is betting. Paul with the sixes now may have a tough time
The
continuing with all
Wolves
these
having
players.
thought what to do.
The Wolf with a tough spot here with his Jack 2.
Wolf doesn't like to fold too many hands. I think I'll let this one go. And there's no way Leon will be folding this hand.
Oh, sorry.
He does indeed fold.
What happened? All good?
All good. 16.
$1,600 to Leon here.
Makes sense to just call. There's such a good chance he has the best hand already and a draw.
No reason to raise here. As we go to the river, it's a 9 of hearts. Troy Novsky has made a flush.
Wow.
Unfortunate here for Leon.
And he checks it, allowing Leon to bluff. Maybe slightly concerned himself, but Leon had a flush draw, having checked back that flop and then called the turn.
Also harder for Leon to call the river with the 7.
7 deuce.
Leon announces 7 deuce. Troyanovsky will show a flush.
Yeah, I think Vladimir was more concerned that Leon might have had hearts himself, the way the hand played.
The same position.
Я думаю,
Well,
что
he's probably going to value bet trips. It's harder for him to call with a 7.
Oh, he made the flush.
думал, у
So
тебя
checking
флеш
lets him
хороший.
bluff. I think the check makes sense for
Yeah,
The
checking
leader.
lets him bluff. Also, you
thought
know,
he
Leon's a
had
very
a
aggressive player. If he had a
bigger
queen on the flop, he would have bet it.
The river is
If
9,
he
no?
had
Flop
a
is check,
diamond
а
draw,
черный
he would have
пол.
assumed he would have bet it.
Ты
As
бы
we know, he
большой
checked it
рейс
back.
не заплатил, да?
Net.
Там не
Большой
было
нет.
много денег.
5000 заплатил.
Troyanovsky with a nice pickup there.
15 нет.
Я доволен, не так, доволен. Не попал.
Leon with ace king against Rob Straddle.
This is the beauty of being, having Leon's image. Max calling the. Oh, sorry, his straddle pot calling was open with ace 10. Very standard. But again, if he hits an ace, Leon way more likely to get paid off than most players.
Yeah, these guys are definitely gambling, but when they hit, it is dangerous.
Ninho.
Leon with ace king for 2 overcards, he will bet.
Very small bet. Unusual from Leon. Just 1,500 after making it 3,000 pre-flop.
Altergot will continue, but Leon has way the best of him here with ace high. Max will fold on the turn.
You got 1,500 out of your pocket.
Yeah.
That's already something, right? Maximum, yeah?
Yeah.
Between-
Leon happy to get his 1,500 there. That was indeed the most he was going to get on that hand. Rob asking for another 100K. We are going to see a big game here tonight. And to some degree, we already have. The Party
Yeah.
Poker high stakes game brought to you by Party Poker Live.
I raised.
Rob's definitely been the driver of the action so far. Made some big pots with the
I already
wolf.
call it very good hand.
Made a couple of big bluffs. One worked, one didn't.
Peter with 10s, Max will call with the 9-8 suited.
It's interesting to see some more sort of standard play tonight.
Now we got the Wolf and Rob in there. Well, Rob folded, but the Wolf is in there with the 10-6 suited. Peter ahead with 10 so
you.
far. Max with middle pair and a backdoor flush draw. Peter gonna lead out.
It's down here. I don't see Matt's going anywhere with middle pair and that backdoor flush draw.
Max is indeed gonna call.
Sure, the wolf will let this one go, but maybe not. Backdoor straight flush draw. That's what the wolf's all about. No,
Too much even for him.
Even as hot as he's running, he's not going to give this one a look.
Heads up to the turn. Peter is ahead, but he does have to play 2 streets out of position here.
And there's another overcard to his pair of 10s.
Peter will check. Max checks behind. River is a 9. Max makes 2 pair. Peter with some straight blockers. Difficult to
Straight
represent
blockers.
that the way the hand played out, though.
But when he's been called on King 8 deuce, Rainbow timer has to fill when Max bets the river that he's most likely to have a king. There aren't many hands he's going to float with on this flop. And the ones that he might have floated with could well contain a queen.
Max bets the river pretty big, 15,000.
Yeah, it's a good sizing. Peter's either has a bluff catcher when he checks the river. So it's kind of a fun spot to go big and let the guy just guess. As long as you do this with the bluffs as well, of course. No good if you're...
Well, plus is he going to have like 8-7 of spades, maybe could turn into a bluff, the way this played out.
yeah, and some of his
Something
ace
like that.
highs.
Yeah, some ace highs with the backdoor flush draws didn't get there. Peter trying to decide if Max has one of those hands.
I think if Max was floating and is now bluffing, he's more likely to have made a bet on the turn. Makes a little bit more sense for what Peter's thinking. But you know, these guys play a lot together. They think on who knows what level against each other. Peter might have seen Max do this to him many times before.
He does fold. Worth taking your time when there's 25,000 euros in the pot, I guess. So Max will win with that river 2-pair. Would have been interesting to see what happened if he didn't river
Something
2-pair.
good?
Huh?
Something
I'd
good?
imagine if he hadn't
Yeah,
rivered
of course.
2-pair, it'd have gone check
Yeah.
check and he'd have been surprised to lose.
Big bet on the river, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Leon straddling here to 800.
And 2 pairs. I made a flush.
There's non-stop lying in this game. And if they're getting it on a stream, we're going to find out. Obviously, Max, when you heard
Ask him if he had a flush.
Peter say
see
that
what
he had
says.
2 pairs,
It's on the stream anyway, so no one
and
can
he thought
lie.
Peter had a flush, he's
Rob correctly calling him out for lying.
it was a great look on Max's face when Peter made out that he laid down 2 pairs, assuming he's up against a flush. It's sort of
No one can lie.
No, of course I didn't have 2 pairs.
So we're seeing Max raise at the King 7 suited. Paul and Rob will come along.
all 3 players with a 7 in their hand. That's a great pot for Max. Open-ended straight draw and a flush draw.
Max with it all here. Big draw for Max Altergott.
And his continuation, but we'll take this pot down.
And nobody else with enough here. Rob not looking to get too crazy. Not against Max anyway. These guys have been playing a lot of high stakes poker this week. And that will continue here tonight with a 200-400 no limit game. Big stakes.
See some of you watching on Twitch, like the commentators. It's myself, James Dempsey, and Brian Paris with you this evening. I believe we'll have Simon Trumper joining us at some point later this evening. Max with a straddle, Vladimir folds. Looks like he's going to raise it up with a 9-7 of diamonds. The Wolf, Queen 9 offsuit, not going anywhere.
The Wolf is in there.
Rob with a pair on the button. Let's see how he wants to play this one.
Zima.
Against the Wolf, maybe he would have re-raised, but a bit more respect for Paul's raises. Paul's on the tighter side, definitely by this game standards.
Trust me.
Oh.
Leon with
It's good fresh
Queen
air.
Jack
You have
is in there, and
oxygen.
then Max with 3s in the
We
straddle.
put oxygen in the air.
We'll see a flop.
Good.
Right. 5-way to the flop. Some real hands.
Yeah, we do.
It's true.
Makes it easier.
It's the reason.
Save energy.
Easier to breathe, yeah.
And Leon takes commanding lead in this pot with top pair. Both Rob and Max. Pocket pairs have got some backdoor straight draws, but we'll give each other
Take
sets
last
doing so.
breaths.
Leon gonna lead out. Only
I wonder
3,000.
when there's more oxygen, do you automatically take less breaths? Or doesn't matter?
Again, this should be
It's
enough
not
to
big
finish the
amount.
pot.
You only put like a...
5%.
No, not even.
The Wolf is in a call with I'm not
Oxygen,
sure
we
what.
cannot put so much.
Yeah.
His only overcard is actually blocked by Leon.
There's
So the Wolf
already
in very
a
bad
block
shape
for
here
the-
unless he wants to try to run a
the
bluff.
human beings.
Well, if he's going to run the bluff, this is the card. He's picked up equity with a flush draw and can certainly bluff.
Leon is a difficult man to bluff though. As Leon bets 5,000 on the turn here.
How much? You sure? All right. Absolutely sure?
The Wolf
Wow.
will make the call.
Come on, the Wolf. This
Absolutely
is what we want to see.
She's absolutely sure.
There's a 10, no help for the Wolf.
Now Liam with a weak bet. Will the Wolf pounce?
Well, he's not going to win by calling.
He has raised.
A smaller raise by the Wolf, 15.5.
He's picking on Liam's weak protection bet here.
Absolutely sure.
He's saying he's sure. It's a brave man to bluff. And it doesn't work.
Leon does make the call.
Kudos to the wolf for trying.
Valiant effort by the wolf.
Nah, Leon, I cannot beat you, Leon.
Leon is a difficult man to bluff.
Tenejika.
Go on the wolf.
Bohumila, kurwa, Tenejika.
The wolf is coming.
I cannot beat you, kurwa.
The wolf getting a bit ambitious. Everything the wolf has touched has turned to gold these last couple nights.